Hi, this is Majnu, and I would like to show you a very short game that I played this morning on the internet. It has a very funny final position actually. But before I show you the game, I would like to tell you that today at 1:30 p.m. Central European Time, the 9th round of the Tata Steel Chess Tournament is going to be played, and one of the games today is between Hao. That's Yifan Hao is the best Chinese female player. She's playing with white against world's #1 player Magnus Carlsen. So that will be, I think, a very interesting game, since Carlsen is on #1 right now in the tournament. So against Yifan Hao, I think he will try to win with black pieces and make his leading position more solid. But we'll see that this afternoon. Now let's have a look at this game. I was playing white here and I played d4. My opponent answered with g6, and we got a King's Indian defense like this, and then I played f4, the 4 pawns variation. He played d6, knight f3, bishop to g4. This is a very common position in the King's Indian 4 pawns variation. And the strategy for black is actually to find a right moment to play the move c5 or e5. Many times c5 is played later here to have more control over the dark squares. The King's Indian defense is actually what we call a dark squares defense, because this bishop has influence on this diagonal here, and the pawns of black are also, if the other one goes to c5, have also control over these two central square, the dark squares. That's why the move bishop to g4 is also, let's say, well coordinated, because it's meant to at a certain point exchange this knight on f3 eventually, so black doesn't have much influence over the same dark squares. So that's, let's say, more or less the main idea for black. And white, of course, has a very strong central pawn formation right here, but he must be careful, because this could become a weakness when one of his pawns advances. We have to always be careful. With white here, I played bishop to e2, and here my opponent played a strange move. He immediately took on f3. And that surprised me, because actually when I take back, there is also here vulnerability, so I'm already threatening to advance my e-pawn here. And what my opponent did is he played knight b to d7. I think that knight to c6 would have been probably better, because this gives me the opportunity to advance immediately e5, attacking the knight on f6. He took with the d-pawn, and retaking with either the f-pawn or the d-pawn are both good moves. I chose to take with the d-pawn. D takes e5, and his knight went to e8. Well, as you can see already, this is a very bad position for black. So little space, and a pawn on b7 is hanging. I took that pawn. He went with the rook to b8, attacking my bishop, and I went simply back to f3. Now he started trying to develop by playing knight to b6, attacking my pawn on c4. I didn't want to trade queens, so what I did is I defended my pawn on c4 by playing queen to e2. And here actually there is a little trap with this move. It's very tempting for black now to play queen to d4, centralize the queen and attack the pawn on c4. That's what he did. He played queen to d4. Looks like a very good move, preventing a white from castling as well, and something like the bishop is 3 that is not possible because of queen takes c4. What I did here is I played the move bishop to d5, defending the pawn. And again, this is the, let's say, the second part of this trap, that it looks as if black can still win this pawn on c4 by chasing the bishop away. And that's what he did. He fell into my trap. He played e6. It looks as if my bishop must go away now, and then he can play queen takes c4. But he didn't realize that now his queen is being trapped by bishop to e3. And at this moment my opponent resigned already in the 15th move, since his queen is going to be lost, so this is completely gone. Now it's important, especially in blitz games. Actually, this was a blitz game, by the way. In blitz games it's important to think about the well, how will I say it? When you play a move like e6, the most logical thing to think here is to say, I'm attacking the bishop, so he must move. And that's exactly the big mistake that we often make in blitz games. We make a move and we think that the attacked piece must go away, must move to be saved. And also, by the way, in slow games, this is often a thinking mistake that we can make, that we think that every attacked piece must be moved away, and that's not the case. We really have to have a look at what is white threatening, and black should have asked himself this question. With bishop to d5, it looks as a defensive move only, but it's actually an attacking move. I'm already threatening to play bishop to e3, trapping the black queen. Alright, so that's just what I want to show you. I hope this gives you some ideas to use in your own games, and I'll see you next time on YouTube. Bye.